been told that I am an acquired personality. In my opinion, it's because my personality is defined by three major factors. The fact that my boyfriend's in the Navy, I'm a vegetarian who does not eat sugar, and I'm more than transparent about my mental health. Today in my speech, I intend on explaining to you why I am the way I am and how these three aspects define me as a person. I've decided to remain loyal to my boyfriend Israel while he is away in the Navy because, to be honest, he inspires me and encourages me. We met at a photo shoot for his best friend over a year ago, and I took a photo of him that he actually did not really want me to take, and I sent it to him later, and we started talking, and we realized that we could have a future together, and we decided to pursue that. Since then, he has been nothing but kind to me, and after dating so many boys that have been less than mediocre, Israel, my boyfriend, has been so much of a blessing and a breath of fresh air. He encourages me in the stuff I'm passionate about, such as my photography, my art, and my dietary decisions, and I intend on and do the same. I encourage him in his workout plans. I encourage him in his desire to serve our country, which he is currently doing, and I encourage him to continue being kind even when it's difficult, because that is something he's very insistent on. He wants to be kind, which I can admire and learn from. We aren't temporary. That's another thing. That's another reason why he inspires me. He makes me want to go the long run with him. Most high school lovers are simply that. They're temporary. It's high school, and that's it. Afterwards, you break up, you're done. We intend on being different. We are set apart, and we will not break up. We will stay together, despite the rough patches and the difficulties we are inevitably going to face. We do our devotionals together regularly. We are open and honest with each other, and we've both been forced to grow in our relationship, and it's only been in ways that are for the better. Overall, I'm grateful for his influence in my life. He is a very large key in the forming of my personality, but there are numerous other keys as well. As a citizen of Sampson County, finding another vegetarian is rare, but finding another vegetarian who doesn't eat sugar is basically impossible. A year ago, I decided to become a vegetarian, and it wasn't until 2 months ago that I decided I wasn't going to be eating sugar either. I decided to become vegetarian a few years back whenever my baby sister was born. She has numerous conditions. The one that affects her the most is Prader-Willi syndrome, which actually slows her metabolism, and it makes her body, it doesn't process sugars the ways that ours do. So she has to have a very strict diet, and at one point my family considered vegetarianism, but later everyone else in my family converted back to being an omnivore, but I decided to stick with it. And it's probably been one of the best decisions I've ever made for my physical and mental health. The second reason I'm a vegetarian is because the abuse in the animal industry is appalling and disgusting, and I refuse to participate in it. The dairy industry is the meat industry, and there's no differentiating it, as sad to say, as it is. I intend on being someone who, in a world bombarded with processed foods and fake nutrients, I intend on standing and sitting apart from others. I intend on not branching into what everyone else has fallen prey to. Taking dietary control has given me a purpose and inspiration in my life, and it's even improved my mental health. I struggled with self-confidence and self-love for years, so therapy and even involvement in my diet has actually improved my mental health immensely. I want to be transparent to whoever will listen to me talk so that I can be the light in the darkness that I once needed all those years ago. I have attention deficit disorder, anxiety, and tics. Another reason why I'm very open about it is because they're pretty obvious. Sometimes I will accidentally beep like a car, or I'll roll my eyes at people, and I don't mean to, it's just involuntary. What started as a very confusing, upsetting quirk that just appeared out of nowhere became a condition whenever I got diagnosed. I started medication for it, but about a year later, just kind of weaned off of it because my tics weren't as bad anymore, and they've only gotten better as I've gotten older. So I did not let the tics stop me. My anxiety really stopped me for a while. I'm not good at sports, and I'm bigger than my older sister, if we're being honest. She carries her weight differently than I do, and I have always been a little bit bigger than she was, which made me so incredibly insecure. It wasn't until I started medication and had to make the choice for myself to be more invested in my life and to live as a person and not just live as a background character that my mental health I started to get better. My ADD, it's always caused a little bit of a problem. Thankfully, it's not that bad. Other people's have been worse, but once again, started medication, started therapy, learned how to cope with it, and I learned how to use it for my benefit, and it's only been uphill from here. My choice to stay with my boyfriend Israel while he's serving in the U.S. Navy, to be an herbivore and not eat sugar, and to be transparent about my mental health largely defines me as an individual. Having someone to love, even if it's only yourself, can be a light in a dark time. By living life to the fullest and being who you wish you could see in everyday life, it can inspire others and even yourself. Overall, I'm insignificant in the grand scheme of the world, but if I could be a light in the darkness to one person, the person that I needed at the most when I was younger, then my meaning will be fulfilled.